I was just wondering about like spending more than running a deficit, basically. How do you think, like, to downplay it a little bit? Like, if I would have a friend who would keep spending more than he would earn, I would never lend him money on the long term. How do you think, like, the international financial system would react to the U.S. constantly spending more than they earn?
Well, right now they're reacting to it with historically low long-term interest rates and no inflationary pressure. Look, as I said, you're right to be weary of your buddy who keeps coming back to you and saying, I overspent this month. Can I get another 100? I'm a little short, I'm a little short. At some point, you're going to say, this clown's never going to pay me back, right? I'm not lending any more money to this guy. But if you're lending to the United States government, again, what is the promise? So if I put 100 in and I take 90 out, I've run a deficit. Okay, I left $10, 10 billion, call it whatever denomination you want, in the U.S. economy. Now, that's just cash sitting there unless I decide to wave this U.S. Treasury bond around and say, who wants to buy this? This is an interest-bearing asset. This one isn't. This is just cash. And people say, I would like to buy that Treasury bond, okay, because it's default risk-free, it's highly liquid, it's safe, and it pays me interest. And so somebody swaps me the 10 I put in for the U.S. Treasury. Now, this is a really safe asset. The question is, what would cause people to not want to do that? Why would anyone begin to worry about the risk of holding U.S. government debt? All I've promised to do at some future date is give you back U.S. dollars. Now, can I run out? Am I going to run into a problem making good on that obligation? And my answer is no. And again, it goes back to the fact that I have the monopoly on the issue of the dollar. Your buddy doesn't have the ability to create the currency and the only ability. It's the only place it can come from. So when that bond matures, and every year and every month until it does, I'm going to meet the interest obligation by paying dollars, and at the end, I'm going to pay the premium by paying more dollars. Is this a risky proposition? And my answer is it is not a risky proposition. Is it a risky proposition in the Eurozone?
It is.
It is now, and that's the fundamental difference.